Okay, so this is going to be the initial velocity, since that's what she's starting off with. Um, and this is going to be her final velocity. But, as you can see, um, this only has an x component, no y component. So it's just as you see it. And she's really traveling in the positive x direction on both of these. But anyway, so for this one, just straight up 8.94, y is 0. This, again, has both an x and a y component. So for the y, it would be sine because it's opposite of this. And for x, it's cosine. And it's, of course, both of them are both multiplied by 7.15. So that would be the x, that would be the y. Okay. So velocity, because we're dealing with the x components for velocity, all we're really concerned about is the velocity x. Okay, the x components of velocity. So that's why for this one it's just straight math and it's 1.85. That's the y component of the final velocity. Well, the x velocity, we would have to get this, okay, and then subtract it from 8.94 because the equation is the final velocity minus the initial velocity. This is initial, that's final. Subtract it, and I get negative 2.03 meters per second. Okay, now we got this x component, but we have a y component to worry about. So we just put it under the square root, add and square them. So that's what I did, and this would be the velocity in total, the change in velocity. But because velocity is a vector, this is only the magnitude, so now I have to find the direction. So just take the inverse of tangent, and it's opposite over adjacent. So opposite, which is y, that was the 1.85, and the x was 2.03 after you subtract them, the velocity. So you do that, come out with 42 degrees. And so basically this is saying that she's traveling at 2.75 meters per second at an angle of 42 degrees in the positive x direction. Now B is asking for acceleration. So now that we know what the velocity is and they're giving us what time is, all we need to find out is acceleration. I isolate it. This is what I get. So the change in velocity is, and both of them are subtracted from 0, so it's just 2.75 minus 0, 120 minus 0. Okay, so it's really not significant. I just divided both of them, and this is the acceleration.